If you are having trouble getting insurance to pay for stuff, really the best thing you can do is, the squeaky wheel gets the grease kind of thing. You can get your neurologist to set up a peer-to-peer with the insurance company. For me, I did have a little bit of trouble one time. And at the time, my insurance was covered through my company, or the company I used to work for and went on disability with, and I was still on COBRA. So I got in touch with the HR department at the company I worked for, who then called the insurance company, because ultimately the company I worked for was the insurance company's customer, and so he called and said, hey, please approve this for this girl. And that worked. It took like 2 weeks to get my VIG approved that way, but it did end up working eventually. So you can get them overthrown through a neurologist peer-to-peer or going through the HR department at the company that you're insured through. The next option is, now I'm on a Medicare Advantage HMO plan, for Medicare kind of. But I know that my HMO will cover emergency room visits, or urgent care up to 80 or 90% or something like that. So if you just are like going downhill and you need your medication, IVIG, ASAP, I would say just go to the emergency room. In fact, I wish back in the beginning of everything, after I started my IVIG and I kept declining, I wish I just would have gone to the emergency room and gotten plasma exchange right then and there. I'd probably be in better shape now. I didn't, because it was just a hassle trying to get things approved. But if you're going downhill, just go to the ER and you should be able to get your medication that way, that day, which is awesome. Another option is if you think you do need plasma exchange, or that would help you, but it's another one of those song and dance trying to get insurance to approve it. Like, for example, insurance wants to see that IVIG has been used for 3 months or longer before you're able to try second treatment kind of thing. But for plasma exchange, if you donate plasma, there are companies that if you have a CIDP, Guillain-Barré, whatever, diagnosis, they will pay you to donate your plasma to them for scientific research. And ultimately, when you donate plasma, that is the same thing as plasma exchange. So that's an option to just do that while you're waiting to get insurance stuff approved. A third option is I actually did stem cell therapy down in Panama, which was very expensive. I know you can get stem cell therapy, umbilical cord, MSC stem cells in Texas at least as well. You would need to get it through an IV for autoimmune, but they're really expensive and insurance doesn't cover them anyways. So if I was in a situation where I was considering stem cell therapy, I would choose to do it in a time where I can't get insurance to cover other stuff, because insurance doesn't cover stem cell anyways. So I would just say, okay, well, right now is a good time while I'm in this waiting game. Instead of just getting worse and worse and worse trying to wait on insurance, I'll use the savings I do have, or sell my car. I sold my car, and just go try stem cell therapy that can have, you have like a 75% chance that that'll help. At least that's statistically speaking. So that's a good time to at least give stem cell a try if you're interested in it, to hold you over. Maybe it'll even put you in remission and then you won't even need the medication. That's actually possible, but it doesn't happen for everyone, unfortunately. HSCT is another thing to look at. They do it in Mexico and Russia have good clinics. It's like $50,000, but that might be a time to look into doing that as well if you can't get insurance to pay for medication. Lastly, diet. Will it fix everything? Probably not. That'd be cool though. But I would recommend the autoimmune protocol diet, or the carnivore diet, or even the Terry Wahls protocol diet. And those will at least maybe get you stable, or at least slow down the progression, or maybe even improve your symptoms and you start getting better. So if that was me, I would try one of those diets while I was in the waiting game of trying to get things approved through insurance. And I did do that, actually. I did the autoimmune protocol diet for 60 days before I had a diagnosis, when I was trying to figure everything out. And it did help stabilize some of my symptoms. So fasting, another thing. You can try intermittent fasting, and that may help as well. Good luck to you. If you have any questions, please comment below. Bye-bye.